have officially had it. I'm packing up this house and I'm about to declutter like never before and organize like never before. And I know that might sound odd to like pack up in order to do this, but it makes sense in my head, and I feel like this is gonna be a great way to just have a fresh start. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Unfortunately, I am a closet, drawer, and cabinet hoarder. I love to like shove things in cabinets and shut the door, out of sight, out of mind, but really it's not out of sight and out of mind. I know it's there. It's really difficult to manage. I feel like I can never find anything I need. We end up spending more money because the things that I had, I can't find. So I'm like, oh, you know, we just have to buy it because I can't find it. This happens all the time. It's honestly ridiculous. I'm working on it, okay? I'm taking accountability here. I know I'm a problem. I am the problem, okay? So I'm trying. So yeah, we're gonna start in the kitchen today. We're gonna pack it up, and then we're gonna unpack it whenever I'm done packing it and cleaning it, deep cleaning it, and we're gonna start new. So if you enjoy decluttering, organizing, motivation, you will love this new series. I'm gonna just do it, you know, just as I can, because I mean, I am kind of busy, but yeah, one step at a time. Let's get this house organized. I'm going to share with you the reason I came to the conclusion that I needed to pack up, move out, and move myself back in. So I've decluttered many times, and every time I declutter and try to organize, I never reach my full potential because I'm basically just scooting things around. I'm pulling a couple things out, reorganizing that one specific drawer, but I've never actually emptied every single cabinet, every drawer, and started completely new and fresh. And if you think about it, whenever you move into a new home, you get that fresh start every single time. You get to pack up your house, your previous house, you move all your boxes in, and as you're unpacking, whether it's in your kitchen, your bedroom, whatever, you get that fresh start to be able to only pull out what you actually need. And, you know, in the end, you're left with boxes full of unnecessary clutter. You have boxes of things that you're like, oh, I really don't have a home for it, or really, I just don't want it in my new space anymore. So you end up decluttering it or throwing it away, whatever, you know, it may be. But I feel like in the end, it allows you to really get that new fresh start that I think we all need sometimes. And I am in that stage right now where, you know, there's been many times I've wanted to just pack up our whole house and move and start over because things have just gotten a little overwhelming or hard to manage. And I was like, you know what? Why can't I do that? I can do that. I have the free will to pack up my whole house today if I want to. Who cares if I'm not moving? I can just pack it up, move all the boxes out into the dining room for now, and slowly unpack it and just treat our house as if it's new again. And it honestly feels that way. It feels so good to have a fresh start. And sometimes a fresh start doesn't mean that you have to actually move into a new space or buy new things. Sometimes it is just a matter of freshening up what you already have. And it's no secret. We honestly thought we were going to be moving. We truly thought by now we would have land, a new house, maybe a little bit bigger of a house, more storage. I definitely had that dream in mind, but quickly life, you know, reality is it's not always that simple. The economy, financially, just everything makes more sense to make it work in the house we're in now, where we are financially comfortable, than becoming house poor and just trying to just have the new best shiny thing. And at the end of the day, everything new gets old. Nothing new stays new forever. So this message applies to anyone who may be feeling stuck. Maybe you're feeling like your home is not enough. You're ready for something new again, which is totally fine, by the way. If you have the means to do it and you want to pack up and move, girl, by all means, you do you. Whatever works for your family. I'm not telling you one way is the best way or the other, but this is for those who are feeling like it might make more sense to stay where you are. Take the time to reflect on your space and figure out what it is about it that you don't love anymore. Is it the decor? Is it the color? Is it the clutter? what is causing you to feel like what you have is not enough, and how can you fix it to make it feel fresh and new again, and maybe make you fall in love with your space. And for me personally, I think what has made me kind of fall out of love with this specific house is the storage situation. There is no storage. We've accumulated so much stuff. There's so much clutter, and as much as I've tried to declutter, it's never been enough. It's never been the right way or enough organizing to make it stick and last. So I'm hoping that going through the house in this way is going to give me just a whole new beginning, really. And I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm so excited to share this journey with you, the whole process, step by step, and the way that I'm going to do this, because I don't really have the means to obviously load everything up in boxes. And I mean, I guess I could rent a trailer, but then it would cost you more money. The whole point is to try to save money and stay here. So what I'm going to do is just go room by room, pack up the spaces, and then deep clean, and then unpack them right then and there. That way I'm going room by room. It's not going to be too overwhelming, but it's enough of overwhelm to make you really question how much stuff you have. I'm telling you right now, I didn't realize how much was in these cabinets, girl, until I unloaded everything. What's kind of funny is like what I didn't share at the beginning. When I first unloaded everything into the boxes, my heart like dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, I just made the biggest mistake ever. Why did I do this? This was so dumb. This is crazy. I have way too much stuff to go through this way. And it felt, I don't know, it just felt like a weight was on my shoulders. But as I continued, and once I deep cleaned, when I went through each, because what the thing is about doing it like this, as you're unboxing, every single thing gets touched, and you have to look at it, and you have to make that decision. Do I actually have space for this? Or do I not even have a room for this right now? And so if you don't, then you end up setting it to the side, and that's when you realize, I really don't use this thing, or I don't need it. It allows you to have a lot more clarity when it comes to actually decluttering. So as overwhelming as it was, and as exhausting as it was 1000% worth it.
So are you following me around? I see you. You can't have my pizza. No, you can't have these. Sit. Can you sit? So I don't know how to do that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what's happening over here, but it's jealousy. If someone could bite me from a distance, it would be him. I'm kind of wondering if I should write on the boxes. Here, actually, I'm probably going to. Let's put pots of pans.
I did want to mention, as I'm packing things up, I'm not making it super organized as I'm packing. The whole point is really just to throw it in boxes. Like, everything. Whatever I could fit into one box, I put in one box. I didn't care if it was seasonings and medicine, or if it was plates and bowls with a little bit of spatulas. I did not care. My thing was just emptying everything as quickly as possible to get this process rolling. I am someone who, I like quick satisfaction. I think we all do at this point. Our attention spans are like so small. So my thing was get this done as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And that meant get these cabinets emptied, get the space cleaned, and then you can focus more of your time on going through each piece as you unbox it. So that's kind of how my thought process was. However, if you are someone who has OCD, you're more of a type A person, I'm sure as you're watching this, your skin is crawling. And I'm sorry for that, but I hope that this finds a good medium ground of people who are like me, but also maybe someone who does have, great organization skills, more of a type A. Maybe this will make you feel really good about your organization skills. So either way, I hope you're getting motivated. And if you are, give this video a thumbs up for me, leave a comment, share with a friend who might like this type of decluttering. I really appreciate y'all's support so much. Everything is almost cleared out, except for the stuff that's right here on the shelf. And I'm actually using the dishwasher as a spot to hold a lot of the dishes. Obviously, the dishes that are in the dishwasher are things that we use daily. So those I just kept in there, like, so that way they were out of the way. And then I'm just going to quickly clean off the shelves, and we're going to get to deep cleaning. I'm going to be scrubbing everything down. I'm just using a rag, hot water, and Dawn just to keep it pretty simple. I don't like to use a lot of chemicals. It irritates my nose. It also irritates my hands, everything. So I just try to keep it simple as far as cleaning supplies go. I will say I did buy some Miss Meyer's cleaner again in the lavender scent because I was like, I'm going to try something. I've tried it before and I forgot how strong it was. It is brutal. I mean, I like it. I like the way it cleans. It's strong. I'm going to have to like water it down or something. But yeah, I am just going to start wiping things clean. I'm not only going to clean the counters, I'm wiping down the window seal, the tile backsplash, all the cabinets, the cabinet doors, all of it is getting cleaned.
Nobody knows me like you do. You just read my mind. Nobody gets me except for you, like we're intertwined. Seasons come and go. Universe will change, but I'll feel the same. Thought that you should know. Even if my eyes are closed, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Nobody sees me like you do. You just make me smile, and I wanna hold you all the time. 'Cause all I do is love you. I can't get enough of you. Swear that I would follow anywhere you go. 'Cause I can't be without you. Baby, I would fight for you. Even if my eyes are closed, I see you. 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 I see you.
By the way, if you have a moment, let me know in the comments below, have you ever done anything like this before? As a matter of fact, when I shared this series on Instagram, because I actually posted there first, and if you didn't know, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Give me a follow on those platforms if you are on those. You don't have to by any means. I still post here. Everything you see there, you'll see here eventually. I can post quicker over there. So when I shared that, so many people were like, oh my gosh, this is genius. I've never thought to do this. I'm definitely going to try it. So I'm just curious on, has anybody ever done this before? Let me know in the comments.
What is wrong, baby? Blame it on your crazy day. You've been quiet lately. Are we okay?
I will tell you, one thing I did notice as I was going through doing this, there was a lot of little projects that need to be tackled that I have kind of overlooked because I'm so busy looking at other things. For instance, you see this little piece in the center of my cabinet that's like kind of painted. I actually did a paint swatch right there so you couldn't see it. That is the same color as that's on our pantry. And originally I was going to paint our entire kitchen that color. I'm glad I didn't because it is a little dark over in this corner and I feel like it might have been not exactly what I wanted. I don't want my whole house to be the same color. And if you if you didn't know, I painted my pantry, all my trim, my doors, all the same color because I love the color so much. But now I'm like so thankful I didn't paint the kitchen, the rest of the kitchen the same color, or I would have like a color drenched house, but all the cabinets and stuff would be the same color. So I don't know. But it is a little dark and I want to go back over that with white so it looks nicer. There was also a couple like cabinets and drawers that need to be fixed. The one cabinet, like the vinyl, I think it's vinyl. I think these are like a vinyl, they're like a wrapped cabinet. So the cabinet by the stove actually got kind of hot from the oven and it started to peel and melt, which really sucks. So I need to get that replaced. But I looked it up and it's so expensive for one cabinet door. I'm thinking about just peeling it and painting it. That way, like, it won't look so bad, but then I'm worried the white won't match. I don't know, that's a whole thing. But anyway, the point of that is now that I have been going through seeing everything up close and personal, I've been jotting down notes on things that I need to come back through and fix. So in an upcoming video, when my declutter series is done, I'm going to go through and start doing like, I don't know, like a small home updates, like little projects that need to get done that have been put off, the ones that don't cost a lot of money, the small things that we always put off but really just take like a couple minutes to do. So I'm going to do a whole video on that because I probably have hours worth of footage that I could share of me just fixing little things. And speaking of little things that need to get done, I was just thinking this island is so nice, like as far as storage goes, but it could be better. There could be a shelf under here. It could be a little bit wider. I have wanted to actually redesign and rebuild the kitchen island for a while. It's just expensive and I'm trying really hard right now to save money. If you didn't know, I've kind of briefly talked about it at the beginning of the year, but we have been working on becoming debt-free. And we are very close. I have just my truck left and of course our mortgage. But the mortgage I'm not really worried about as much as I'm worried about like all the other debts. So the truck is the last thing and I've been trying really hard to just be more mindful of not spending a lot of money on big projects and work on little spending, trying to throw as much money as I can at that stuff. And then, you know, when we get that paid off, if we want to revisit bigger, more expensive things, then that's fine. But right now, that's kind of like what's on my mind. But anyway, you didn't ask for all that information. I just like to talk, apparently. So I wanted to point something out. Do you see how the bottom of the cabinets have like marks on them? Why is that? Like these cabinets don't get wet or anything. Even the ones in like where the forks and spoons go and like even where my coffee was, it's almost like grease stains. But it's weird because like what has grease on it? I don't even know. So I should have put liners on these cabinets when we first moved in. That was something I didn't do. So I'm going to be adding liners in just a couple minutes once I'm done cleaning, which, oh, what a difference that made. By the way, this is a liner in here that I put in, but I tried to peel it off because I was going to put a new liner in, and it was ripping up the cabinet, or the drawer, you know, the wood or whatever. So definitely be careful with some of these contact papers that are super sticky. I didn't know that they could damage your cabinets, so I definitely recommend the kind that you can just kind of set in there and pull out because, yeah, it definitely ripped up the drawer. Okay, I've made some great progress. The kitchen, obviously, very, very clean and sparkling. All of these cabinets and these have all been cleaned out now, so they're ready to be restocked. I still have quite a chaotic mess happening over here. I have boxes over there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna clean off the island. I'm gonna go ahead and scrub it all down, like all around the outsides and like where the chairs are, get all that nice and clean. And then I'm gonna bring one box in at a time to unload it. I think that's gonna be the best way to do this. I am gonna like reconfigure some things though, because before we would always have like spatulas and stuff in this drawer. I'm gonna put seasonings in there, and then I'm gonna use this cabinet. Sorry if my fingers
annoying you. But I'm gonna use this cabinet for plates. This one's gonna be for cups. So we're gonna have seasonings, and then all of these spatulas, big spoons, and knives are gonna be in this drawer instead. And this is gonna stay the junk drawer. That's how I'm gonna do it. Oh, and then forks and spoons are gonna go in here. Coffee's gonna stay in there. That is just where we like it. And then that bottom drawer, I typically put like all my glass containers in for leftovers. So that's all gonna stay the same, but some things are gonna change just to make the kitchen a little bit more functional.
I'm holding on, if almost gone. Someday I know I'll finally make it through the gates. Just have to wait. You whisper to me, there's no maybe. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see.
This liner I picked up from Lowe's. I only got one because it was $19 and I felt like that was kind of pricey, but turns out it's pricey because it's worth it. It is so good. Number one, it cuts really well, and I feel like it like stays in the drawer. You know how some of those liners kind of like roll up? This is like thick. It almost has like a sticky texture to it, but it's not sticky. I guess I should say grip. It's like more of a grippy texture. Oh my gosh, and it's really pretty. I feel like they match the cabinets great. So I cut the first one, and then I just used the first one as a guide to cut the other one, since all my drawers are pretty much the same size, and that worked out really well. It made it really easy. I want to get more of this stuff because I want to put this in the cabinets too. Originally, I only bought enough to do just the drawers and the bottom cabinet underneath the sink, but trust me, I will get more of this.
If we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Still holding tight through every fight, 'cause sometimes I can see through the echo of every day, always the same, until you take a step and let go. You told me that the shade's turning brighter, I don't know how. You showed me every heart is a fighter, time is now. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our faith. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me. You're believing in me. Say you're believing in me.
I'll be sure to have that liner linked for you guys because I definitely recommend. And what's nice is you can wash them. So like if they get really nasty and dirty, you can wash it, let it dry, and then put them back in the drawer. Genius. So now I am actually going to cut this last one. I did mess this one up. I was on a roll doing really well, and then all of a sudden this one was a little small, so you can kind of see a little bit of that marble liner left behind, but it is what it is. Once everything's in there, you probably won't notice. I did decide to deep clean the toaster. This thing gets so bad. I don't even know how all this gunk gets up here, but I used a magic eraser and it made it look brand new again, so I love that. But once I'm done scrubbing this down, I'm actually going to go ahead and get started on the seasoning drawer first. I wasn't really sure if all of our seasonings were going to fit in the drawer, and I might even come up with a better solution for these later. I actually thought about getting one of the seasoning racks that you can put on the counter, because ultimately that would probably be more ideal. But with this drawer being kind of small anyway, and all the spatulas not fitting in it, I was like, you know what, let me try the seasonings in here for a little bit and see if we like it. I want to say we've done this a couple times, and there was a reason why we ended up not liking it, and I think it was because seasoning would get all in the drawer and it was constantly looking gross. But maybe that's just a matter of I need to keep up with it better. I don't know. So anyway, I went through all the seasonings and tried my best to organize these, and I definitely feel like it's a lot easier to see what we have than it being on that little Lazy Susan little plastic rotating thing. Now, the other thing I did want to say is because I use the seasonings in this drawer, it did limit us on where to put our spatulas. Originally, I planned on putting the spatulas in the island drawer, but I feel like that's kind of far away. So I ended up finding a jar as I was decluttering, and I just decided to put all the spatulas in that on the counter instead. So if, you know, who knows? I'm just trying new things and trying to see what works for us functionality wise. If I decide I want to change it, I can change it. That's the beauty of, you know, having a house and having free will to do what you want. So you don't have to, just because you try something doesn't mean it has to stay like that. And I think so many people think that, like whenever you do like a declutter or even a DIY, I think a lot of people just think, oh, you finished it, so it needs to stay that way forever. No, not in my house. We like to change things up around here. By the way, you will notice during this series that there is a lot more going into the garbage than typical. Now, this is because I'm actually emptying out everything. I'm seeing things that are expired, things that I haven't touched in months, and a lot of the things that I'm throwing away cannot even be donated. And what's the point of me holding on to it even longer for it just to sit in the cabinets and take up more space? So I'm just being real right now and telling you that this series, if you are someone who hates to see people throw things away, this is not the series for you, because I've hit my breaking point. I've completely hit my point where nothing is safe in this house. Now, the first box I was done with, that was all the medicines, seasonings, things like that. This second box has a lot more of the glassware. So we have cups, all the plates, we have the forks and spoons in here, cutting boards. Like I said, I threw a lot in the same box just to, you know, make it quick and easy. But as I'm pulling things out, I'm moving a little bit slower. And this is where the process took a while, because my thought process was, okay, how often do I use this? Do I actually need it? Does it make my life easier, or is it just, you know, taking up valuable space? So I went through each thing. It's kind of like, almost like the Marie Kondo method, but a little bit more chaotic, I guess, because instead of me holding each piece being like, does this spark joy? Doesn't, you know, and I don't have time for that. Am I using this or not? Move on. You know, like throw it to the side. I mean, keep going. I didn't have time to think about it for too long. It was quick. I didn't give myself the time to convince myself that I needed it. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. And the reason for this is because I am someone who will rationalize with myself why I need to keep things. Oh, I might need this for the future. Or, you know, you just never know. You might need an extra lid for the pot if the other one breaks. Like I hold on to a lot of things because of the what ifs. And that is not healthy. It's not healthy to live that way in regular life. Like, oh, what if this happens? I can't go on a hike because what if I trip over a rock? Or, you know, like that's crazy. You're never going to live your life if you live in the what ifs. And I'm never going to have a functional, beautiful, organized home if I'm constantly holding on to all the little things that I think I might need at one point, when in reality, I never need it. Or by the time I need it, I can't find it anyway because there's all of these other what if things that are taking up the space too. So it's a complete, you know, web of just craziness up in here. And the goal is to clear the web so the spider can breathe again. I don't know, I just made that up.
All right, so, oops, I'm going through all my like measuring cups and stuff, and I came across these. I already have an entire set here that's actually attached together, which I love because it's all like convenient. So I'm gonna go ahead and donate these. Okay, I've went through every box except for one. So I have one last box to go through and I feel pretty darn good. I feel like I've done amazing at getting rid of things and organizing. Like it actually feels like I've actually got it done. I feel like in the past when I've decluttered and cleaned or just tried to organize, I didn't do to this degree. Like I didn't pull everything out and start fresh. There was always like that one cabinet that was still left over. I feel like there's a hair on my face. And the kitchen is done except for the pantry. I'm almost there, almost there. So let me get this last box gone through really quick.
All right, yay, last box, at least for the main part of the kitchen. Now, this one did take me a little bit longer. This was part of the what if moments I kept having. There was a lot of lids to pots and pans. And even though some of the lids are not even matching to the pots, I have this thing of like, what if I need a lid? And what if one of the other lids breaks? Well, like I said earlier, that's not ideal. It's not okay. And you know, it just doesn't make sense. If you're probably going to buy a new pot anyway that's going to come with a new lid, so why keep the old lid? So it's time to go. Also, there was a couple things that I actually added to the cabinets that I'm watching myself and I'm thinking, oh girl, what are you doing? You're doing the same thing that you do every single time. You are collecting things. So I'm gonna go through things again, but I think I've made such great progress. I'm giving myself grace that it's not always gonna be perfect the first go around. You know, it takes time to get there. So once I'm done with the whole house, who knows, I might go back through the house again and go even deeper and see and make those decisions again. Who knows? But right now I feel like I killed it. I'm honestly really proud of myself. Once that box was done, the last area to go through today was the pantry. But before I work on the pantry, I did want to tidy up the kitchen again. It's funny how like I've cleaned it up multiple times, but as I'm going through boxes, you know, the countertops are getting full again. That is part of the process. It's no different than when you are packing up to move your house. It always gets a little chaotic before it gets better. And then all of a sudden, that one day, you move all the boxes outside and the house is left empty. So in this case, that's how it ended up feeling. It just, the only difference was I was putting stuff back in the cabinets again. So yeah, I'm going to get the dishwasher unloaded, just make sure everything fits back in the cabinets okay, and everything has a home, a specific home. But I will tell you, when Dylan got home, when we went to go cook dinner, he couldn't find nothing. He's like, where's the spatulas? Where's the plates? Where's the bowls? That's the one downfall about decluttering and reorganizing, is that it's hard to find everything that you're used to finding, because even though we were living in complete chaos, we knew where things were. But it didn't mean that it was functional. It just meant that we had memorized where we had shoved things. So yeah, it definitely takes time, and it is a process, but it's a process that's totally worth it. But I'm going to go ahead and get the kitchen back in working order again. I love my plants. You know, watching the video back, I do feel like the kitchen feels a little bit more airy without the second plant being on the shelf, but I don't care. I like it. I love my houseplants. I've been obsessed. I want more. I want some on the windowsill. I want plants everywhere, and all the windows if I can. I love the natural greenery. Where have I been? Why haven't I had houseplants more this whole time? I just love how it just pops against like all the white, and I don't know, I just feel like it brought life to the space. Don't look at the mess in the background. Anyway, the dogs were fighting over the spatula that Knox found, and then I'm going to get into cleaning the pantry out. The pantry, whew, y'all, I just did that. I just went through and organized it, but I'm going to be real. The pantry's never going to stay organized in this house. The kids, my husband, us, all of us, it's not just them, it's me. We go in and out of this pantry constantly. It's very, very difficult to keep it organized. If you have young children and you're in that season of life, I'm sure you can relate. If not, I don't know what to tell you, but I am just going to simplify it. I'm going to try to get rid of anything that is close to being expired or that we haven't ate. It's got to go. When it came to emptying out the pantry, I did get a little bit more lazy with this, just because I was exhausted from the rest of the kitchen cleaning. So I emptied out a lot of it, not everything. So like the top left-hand cabinet at the very top of the pantry, there is canvases, paint, and paper plates. I didn't even bother taking those down because I was like, what's the point? I have nowhere else to put it right now. But when I go through the rest of the house, I'm going to be moving that stuff because I did find a better home for my canvases and paint, especially after I went through the buffet cabinet in the dining room, which will actually be in part 2. So you're going to get to see the dining room get gone through, the living room, a nice deep clean on everything, and also fresh new curtains in this space too. I did end up changing my curtains out. The ones that I had, and I'm going to tell you all about that in the next video. Might as well not even repeat myself, so never mind. But I'm going to finish working on the pantry.
I met you in the summer. Our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you so long. I met you in the without you, and I couldn't really make you stay, so what to do? I'm just staring at my walls and talking to myself. Now and then I'll try to laugh, but I'll cry a bit as well. I was never any good at being away from you. I met you in the summer. When you left, it was cold. Said we loved one another. Guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer. Our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you for so long. I met you in the You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else, who am I to judge? I met you in the summer. When you left, it was cold. Said we loved one another. Guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer. Our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you so long. I met you in the
All right, let me give you a quick little overview of what all I've done. So all of this has been cleaned out, organized. I do have some HelloFresh like little menu cards here. We like to save these in case we get into like a dinner rut, just to kind of refer back to. So I have those there. My little hot mitt. This boy. Hey, hey. I don't think you should be in the cabinets. Mom, there's bones in there and I want one. So anyway, we have our Ziploc bags here, trash bags. Aluminum foil will go here. I actually want to get one of those organizers, but I'm just gonna, you know, baby steps. We have our mini junk drawer now, just for like all the little grab quick things that we need. And then the pantry, I just really quickly threw away anything that was expired. Just organize it a little bit better. It's functional, it works. This is actually where the dog food goes, so I'll put that in there in just a minute. And then all of these have been organized and cleaned. Coffee, we like to keep our coffee here because it's, you know, boom. And then down here we have all my glass containers for leftovers and things like that. Over here, I don't know, this is kind of like a miscellaneous drawer, but it's better than it was. Before it was like tons of pots and pans stacked up. I need another shelf, so I'm gonna be doing that soon. I'm gonna get some plywood and make another shelf here. I think that'll just free up so much space, which we desperately need here. And then that one's kind of miscellaneous as well. And then over here now, next to the stove, we're gonna do pots, pans, lids that we grab often. Seasonings are here. Oh, this all needs to be fixed. I'll get to that eventually. Cups. Over here we have plates and bowls. And then at the top we have medicines. I like to keep some medicines in here, so that is that. Oh, I decided to put all the spatulas and spoons on the counter. It's a little bit easier to access and just grab and go. I want to get a new little bowl, but for now I just figured I'd use that. And then down here is all organized now. Well, kind of. This I just shoved in here really quick, but that's just like a little strainer. And then we have cleaners I grab often, and this is stuff that I don't use as often, but I didn't want to get rid of. So I have all that there. And then grocery bags shoved in the back. We always have extra grocery bags on hand. And I think that's all. I'm proud though. I feel like I did a lot. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Here's just a reminder of what the space looked like. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing. Oh, but it looks so much better now, and I'm very proud of all the work I did. If you want to see part 2, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I really appreciate your support so much, and I will see all of you in my next one. Bye, y'all.